Tonight at 9, House Bill 1041 on the way to Governor Eric Holcomb's desk, what it means for students.
Next week is first spring break in over a year for BSU students, how they're working to stay safe.
Talks between delegates from Russia and Ukraine continue. Which key points are on the table?
If you're traveling soon, it may look a little different now in moments.
We're in the middle 30s right now, but there's a big warm-up on the way. We'll have more coming up.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Joey Moore.
And I'm Angelica Gonzalez.
Indiana House Bill 1041 is on the way to Governor Eric Holcomb.
This comes after a recent push forward by the Indiana Assembly. NewsLink Indiana's Madeline Kerr has been looking into it today.
Yes, guys, I spoke with students and faculty here at Ball State University in order to get their perspective.
The Indiana State Senate voted 32-18 in favor of House Bill 1041. The bill bans transgender women and girls from participating in girls' athletic teams. This means that students assigned male at birth are unable to participate in school sports that match their gender identity. The bill does not apply to transgender men and boys.
We're just isolating these kids more, and the legislators are telling them that you have to stick to this binary and kind of holding sports and everything above their head as this thing to keep them in the closet so that the legislators are more comfortable.
Representative Michelle Davis, one of the bill's authors, said the bill is about maintaining fair competition in girls' sports. She also said the bill protects girls' athletics that are threatened by transgender athletes that have a biological advantage. Many groups across Indiana have protested the bill. Ball State's LGBTQ+ organization, Spectrum, held a protest on campus back in February.
Our main goal was to just get our voices heard and tell the Indiana legislator that this is not right and we are standing against this.
Governor Holcomb has yet to make a final decision, but has voiced approval for the bill in the past. He said that he, quote, adamantly agrees that boys should be playing boys' sports and girls should be playing girls' sports. However, opponents of the bill say the issue goes beyond sports.
So as someone who is transgender, I am disturbed. I think that elected officials either don't know or don't care that this actually will kill trans kids.
Now, if this bill is signed by Governor Holcomb, Indiana will become one of several states with this kind of law.
Thank you, Madeline. As the state Holcomb's response to that bill, he is throwing his support behind a separate plan. Today, he showed his support for a major state tax cut, saying that tax collections were strong enough to help him move past his former doubts. He released a statement endorsing a plan for broad business and individual tax cuts. It was pushed by Indiana House Republicans, but opposed by Senate Republican leaders for months. Holcomb sided with the Senate Republican leaders, but his actions today show a shift in his opinion. Key parts of the proposal would cut individual income tax rates by 0.33%.
A bill focused on free speech rights for Indiana's public colleges and university is also headed to the governor's desk, following lawmakers' final vote of approval today. If signed, the proposal would arrange the First Amendment and U.S. Supreme Court precedents into Indiana law. Bill author Jack Jordan says it should guide college campus policies and ensure free speech applies equally for all students.
Spring break is typically a time college students look forward to, but for students at Ball State University, it's been a while since they've been able to celebrate. NewsLink Indiana's Madison Smith explains.
Ball State has not held spring break since 2020. Students were allowed study days in place of spring break, but now students are expressing their excitement for the return of spring break since COVID-19 first struck.
I'm excited. This is my first spring break since coming to school, so I'm excited. I can't wait.
Many are taking extra precautions as they travel outside of Muncie. For students like Abby, staying safe while traveling is a main priority.
So we're actually going by train to Utah to study the landscape. We've put a lot of plans in place, our group, to limit how many people we come in contact with before and during our trip. We've been social distancing, not going to as many events and clubs. So we're taking a million precautions. Some of us are even double masking and stuff.
Students like Bryce, he will continue wearing his mask on campus after the mandate is lifted and students return from break.
And then I'll probably still wear my mask for that first week.
Ball State is lifting their mask mandate beginning Friday at 5 p.m. In Muncie, Madison Smith, NewsLink Indiana.
Ball State will be allowing spring break this year, and students will have a warm welcome back to the mask mandate being lifted on campus. And with spring break coming up, one thing you look at is the weather, and it's finally warming up.
I am so excited for this weekend. Let's take it to Jack to look at weather.
Yeah, right now it's going to be a little colder, I'm not going to lie. So right now we're in the middle 30s starting out. Munsey's sitting at 33, Indy's at 36. But that's not for long because we are expecting a warm-up. But looking into tonight into the next 12 hours, we're going to be in the lower 30s, higher 20s for the next 12 hours. And then moving on towards this weekend, though, look at this. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. We may have the 70s for the weekend. Also, it's going to be a little windy and then rain to start the week as well this weekend.
Awesome. And talks between the Russian and Ukrainian delegations continue at an undisclosed location on Ukraine's border. This is the second round of talks between Ukrainian and Russian delegates. The key issues on the agenda: an immediate ceasefire, a temporary truce, and humanitarian corridors for the evacuation of civilians from destroyed or constantly shelled villages and cities.
Today I'm announcing that we're adding dozens of names to the list, including one of Russia's wealthiest billionaires, and I'm banning travel to America by more than 50 Russian oligarchs, their families, and their close associates.
Even more sanctions coming from the White House. This as it asks lawmakers for $10 billion to help out Ukraine. The money will be used for additional humanitarian, security, and economic assistance for Ukraine and Central European partners as Russia continues its attack. The White House sent over a formal request yesterday as part of a $32.5 billion emergency funding request. The funding in the package is initially expected to focus heavily on fighting COVID-19, but the war in Ukraine has dramatically changed things. Lawmakers are in the midst of talking over a long-term funding deal and face March 11th deadline to reach an agreement.
Swedish companies IKEA and H&M are temporarily pausing operations in Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. IKEA, the world's largest furniture company, is closing its 17 stores in Russia, while H&M is temporarily closing its 168 stores there.
H&M says it cares for all colleagues and joins those around the world who are calling for peace. IKEA says 15,000 of its workers will be directly impacted by the shutdown, and that will continue to pay them, for at least for now. IKEA also pausing manufacturing in Russia and trade with Russia and its ally. Belarus, the company, said the conflict is having a huge human impact, which has led to serious distribution and supply chain and trading conditions. Plus, it's donating $22 million for humanitarian aid to those who have been forcefully displaced.
The conflict in Ukraine is helping push mortgage rates lower, at least for now. According to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 3.76% this week. It's the second week in a row that rates have fallen after weeks of increases. The rates dropped as a result of receding U.S. Treasury yields as investors moved to the safety of bonds due to Russia invading Ukraine.
While mortgage rates are down, gas prices are still rising throughout the U.S. AAA says the average price of gas in Illinois is just over $4 a gallon. The national average is $3.72, and in California, it's $4.94. AAA says the surging oil prices is being caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
After the break, the White House has a plan to manage COVID-19, how pharmacies are trying to make a difference.
An outspoken doctor plead guilty to the part they played in the January 6th intersection. How much time they've been faced behind bars.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. The White House says it has a plan to manage COVID-19, so you can do more of things that you miss. Some pharmacies are preparing, quote, test to treat initiatives, where they'll offer free COVID-19 tests. If you're positive, you'll go home with FDA-authorized antiviral medicine for free. The White House says it wants you to be able to safely go to work and send your kids to school without shutdowns, as the U.S. continues a push for more COVID vaccination worldwide. On top of that plan, officials are considering letting you fly without a mask. The mandate expires March 18th. An outspoken doctor known for her anti-COVID-19 vaccine speech could spend time in prison for participating in the U.S. Capitol riots.
Today, Dr. Simone Gold pleaded guilty to illegally entering and remaining in the Capitol back on January 6th. She faces up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine for damage done to the Capitol building. Though most rioters who pleaded to the same charge were sentenced to much less or no jail time. Her sentencing is in June. Gold is known as the founder of the group America's Frontline Doctors, who infamously shares false information about coronavirus vaccines and cures. She also spoke at the January 5th Stop the Steal rally before the riot.
The Supreme Court denied a request from a terror suspect currently in Guantanamo Bay. Lawyers for the suspect, who U.S. official says is a former associate of Osama bin Laden, wanted the testimony of 2 former government contractors. They say their client underwent enhanced interrogation techniques and was tortured at the CIA facility in Poland. The Biden administration says the testimony should be blocked even if some of the related information being sought was already released to the public. The High Court agreed with the White House, saying the testimony could be held due to the national security concerns.
The U.S. has returned several stolen artifacts to France. A formal ceremony was held for the 7 artifacts Wednesday at the French Embassy in Washington. They included 5 gold bars from a 1746 shipwreck off the coast of France. U.S. federal agents seized the gold from an online auction in California. Authorities also returned a human skull that traced back to a collection from the catacombs in Paris, and a coin traced to a transport ship lost in French territorial waters more than 1,700 years ago.
Then coming up with NewsLink Indiana weather, we are sitting at 20 degrees where we were from yesterday, so I'll have more coming up after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. It's currently 9:15, and here is a live view over campus. Let's take it to Jack to talk about weather.
Yeah, right now with our full weather forecast, we're sitting at around a lot more than what we were yesterday, actually. So if we look at this 24-hour temperature change there, Muncie is 22 degrees colder than it was yesterday at, let's see, 9:15. Kind of crazy there. Indianapolis is also sitting at 22 there. So we had a big cold front come through, and that's what bumped down those temperatures there, but not to fret because, you know, there's good news on the way. I'll get to that in a second. Current temperatures as we take a step outside, we got 33 in Muncie, 32 in Kokomo, and then down in Bloomington, we're at 38 degrees there, so that middle 30s that we're sitting at right now. Not much weather happening right now. I mean, we do have this little band of snow that's out in Illinois that is trying to make its way over. It's not going to. We're not going to get anything from that whatsoever. All we're getting is clouds coming from that system. And then as for tonight, the low is going to be 26 degrees, cloudy as well, like I was saying, and the winds are from the northeast, 5 to 10 miles an hour there. So warm weather is to come, like I was saying earlier. We're going to have a gradual warm up on Friday there, so we're going to have a little bit of transition. Excuse me. It's all right. And then we will warm up for the weekend there. We will have an above average weekend, and of course that's temperatures. That's not your social life. I'm sorry, but you know that they may correlate. They could. Breezy conditions on Saturday as well there with those warmer temperatures there. Now for the travel forecast for everybody going on spring break. Tonight we're going to be at 26, like I was saying. Friday we're going to be at 50 there, so that little bit of a transition zone there. And look at that on Saturday, 73 degrees. Brings a tear to my eye. I'm so happy. You don't even need to travel if you don't want to. Just stay here, you know, just kick back. It'll be lovely. As we look at precision casts, Saturday at 11 p.m., we could see some precipitation coming through early Sunday morning there. So as I put this in motion, as you can see, the rain coming from the southwest, bringing all that warm air. You can see that we may have some storms around Sunday 2 in the morning there, and they could be some strong thunderstorms. We're not really sure at this moment if they could be too strong or not, but you know, do plan for some storms coming through. And as I put that back in motion there, it's going to clear out for your Sunday morning, for your plans there, if you're going to church or going out to breakfast, whatever you like to do there. Should be solid by the time you wake up on Sunday there. For your 7-day forecast there, we got 50 degrees on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Are going to be at 73 and 70 with the chance of showers Sunday night there. Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. Also on Monday, we're going to have a chance of rain as well. And then for the rest of the week there, we're going to be in the 40s and middle 50s there. So all in all, good news there. You know, we're going to warm up. So happy about that.
Yeah, extremely happy about that. I cannot wait for Saturday for that 73 degrees.
You know what? Once I get back to Indianapolis, I'm for sure going to be taking my puppy on a walk.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to try and hit up the golf course. Going to try at least.
Yeah, I'm going to try to be outside as much as I can on Saturday. I'm just so excited for it.
You know what? I hope it stays like that all throughout spring break. I am a little upset about the rain, I would say, but you know, we deal with rain all the time.
Yeah, exactly. This is the first time we're going to see some actual warm temperatures there, so it's kind of a give and take at this point.
Even with the rain, I'm perfectly okay with it. I cannot wait for Saturday.
Me either. I think that's what we're really excited for this weekend. It's just Saturday, and it's just a good kickoff for our spring break.
Oh, it's
because
phenomenal.
I know we're totally tired of like really freezing weathers.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jack.
Awesome. And Andy, what do we have going on in sports?
Thanks, guys. The NFL Combine going on in Indianapolis, and the next round of high school boys basketball sectionals will be hitting the courts. Find out what's going on next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Andy Newman with sports. The NFL Combine has been taking place in Indy this week. NewsLink Indiana's Zach Greer talked to a few of the players about their experience.
The 2022 NFL Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana is underway. Hosted in the Indianapolis Convention Center, this is a place where many notable prospects make their voice known to NFL franchises on how hard of a worker they are.
Me personally, I believe I'm an all-around back. You know, if I need to go run a route out of the backfield, I can do that. Or if I need to get a yard on third down, I can do that as well.
No matter where these players are projected to go in the draft, every single one of them willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
I feel like I'll be able to come and make an impact immediately, like I did at Alabama. Everything's going to present their challenges. We're going to have my growing pains, but as I get acclimated to the speed of the game, for sure, I feel like I'll be able to make a good adjustment.
Even though a lot of players have many positive attributes, some of them are willing to improve on their inconsistencies to make themselves better.
I just want, coaches to understand that, I'm not just, just a run blocking, meathead, nothing like that. I have a lot of football IQ, and I love talking football. I love talking about the game with coaches and learning, and, I've never been shy, put the work in and refine my game. And so, any weaknesses, my pass protection, I just wanted all the GMs and the coaches to know that I'm going to get that fixed, and, I'm definitely, have the work ethic to put the work in and fix some of my mistakes.
The NFL Combine is a great use of exposure to show off skills of these players. And with the event continuing through Friday and Saturday, it's an awesome way for prospects to better their chances in the NFL Draft. In Indianapolis, Zach Greer, NewsLink Indiana.
Indiana will be back in Indy tomorrow morning for more live updates on the event. Keeping things over on the hardwood, the Indiana Boys High School Basketball State Tournament is kicking off this week, and a few local teams are making some noise as the sectional semifinals tip off. Let's take a look at some of the matchups with all of the games taking place tomorrow night. Starting things in Class 1A, the Westdale Warriors won't have to travel far to play in their semifinal game versus the Liberty Christian Lions as they are hosting the sectional. The Warriors receiving a first-round bye in the tournament and coming into the matchup 11-10 on the year. While the Lions are 15-9, the Lions just beat Tri-Central 83-64 to set up the showdown tomorrow night. Tip-off is scheduled for 6 o'clock. Bouncing over to Class 2A, a rematch of a close game just a few weeks ago. The undefeated 22-0 Monroe Central Golden Bears taking on the 19-4 Wapahani Raiders at Alexandria Monroe High School. Back in February 11th, the two teams squared off, of the Golden Bears edging past the Raiders by just 1 point in an instant classic. Both teams will be battling again tomorrow night at 7:45. Anything's in the cathedral of high school hoops in Indiana. The Class 2A sectional semifinal at the Newcastle Fieldhouse will feature the Muncie Burris Owls and the Yorktown Tigers. Both teams come into the game with losing records, but will have a chance to reserve their spot in the sectional finals on Saturday. That one tips off at 8 o'clock. Keeping things on the hardwood, Ball State men's basketball is gearing up for their regular season finale tomorrow night. The Cardinals will be traveling north to face off against the Western Michigan Broncos in Kalamazoo. Ball State heading into the matchup 13-16 overall in the year and 8-10 in the Mid-American Conference. The Cardinals will be driving into the game fresh off a 79-60 loss to Akron Tuesday night. Tip-off will be at 6 p.m. as Ball State looks to get past the Broncos and fly into the MAC tournament. And guys, as Ball State's kind of wrapping up their season in high school basketball as well, are you guys excited for this time of year, March Madness time?
March is one of my favorite times of the year just for March Madness. I am so excited to start watching some games.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a super fun time. I'm always into March Madness and super big into basketball during this time of year. Maybe not much during the regular season for college basketball, high school basketball, but sectional time, great time to be. watch
Yeah,
basketball.
and it's always so exciting to see all these local teams compete so hard with each other in the sectionals, and it's fun to see just who's going to come out of that Newcastle section.
Honestly, it is exciting. It brings me back to my high school days back in Indianapolis, seeing how very competitive all those high school tournaments are, especially during the basketball season.
Oh yeah, Indiana high school and definitely Indianapolis high school basketball, very, very big, and that'll be very cool to see.
Thank you, Andy. The animal causing chaos and one of a card selling a amount record.
Plus, we'll take one final look at weather after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me? I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. It's time to take a look at our anchor picks. This week in Virginia, some shoppers were joined by a surprise guest inside of a clothing store. The store was joined by a deer who, when strolling past the store, Penelope, during their business hours, decided to barge in by breaking a window. The store's newest customer made itself comfortable and explored around the store. Thankfully, nobody was harmed and there was little damage. 3 Good Samaritans were called to come and help remove the deer from the store, and it was safely able to run away from the store and right into our hearts.
Trading Pokemon cards is one thing, and selling out hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's a whole nother level. Take a look at this. This near mint condition vintage gaming card was sold for $900,000. There were more than 30 other offers, but an unknown bidder won out in the end, shattering the former record of making it the highest priced Pokemon card ever sold.
And that is just a ridiculously high price, but let's get one last look at weather.
Yeah, right now for your 7-day, we're going to be at 50 tomorrow. This weekend, warm up to the 70s there. We have chances for rain on Sunday and Monday, and then we'll be in the middle 40s and middle 50s to end the week.
Awesome. Thank you, Jack. And that'll be all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow morning at 8 for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.